Welcome back to the Curves and Way channel. Just wanted to give you a purposeful tidbit here. One of the first things that I found to be very powerful in my battle with emotional eating was taking note of my trigger foods. Now, what is a trigger food? It's something that will trigger you to typically overeat. Doesn't necessarily have to be something where it seems so over exaggerated. We're like, hey, I ate this, one thing, now I've eaten 2 cakes and 2 pies and 10 Twinkies. That's not what I'm talking about. There's specific foods that you probably eat mindlessly, and then there's other things that once you get them in your mouth and taste them, it triggers you to then try to eat other foods. So for instance, for me, I love movie popcorn. If I were to go to the movies at this point and order, let's say a medium or large bag of popcorn with butter on it, I would definitely eat that popcorn and be very constant with the eating. Almost like I'm not even eating anything at all. So I would not be cognizant of how much I'm eating. It would just be something where, my hand is constantly moving to my mouth with more popcorn in it. My husband could be sitting next to me and roll the bag down and be done with it, but I would not be. So I consider that a trigger food. Another type of trigger food for me could be something where I don't have the ability to eat just one piece. So if I know it's something that's in front of me where I just try a little bit, but I don't have the ability to really say no to it, then I would consider that a trigger food as well. Or even something that you might taste that puts you in a position where, okay, now I want to try some other things that maybe taste similar to this or have the same type of effect that this does. So once I made a list of my trigger foods, I put them all on a piece of paper, and I was actually surprised, when I went over the list to see what foods were on it. Then I made the decision that I would stay away from those trigger foods for at least 21 days. That gave me the ability to create some new habits, but to also put myself in a position where I could have a fresh start. Because if I don't have the trigger foods creating a negative dynamic for me, meaning that it doesn't put me in a position where I want to overeat, then I won't overeat. So that is the first thing I really want you to consider. What are your trigger foods? And as you think through that list, go ahead and put them down on a piece of paper and then keep that list somewhere where you can see it. Make a commitment to yourself to stay away from just those trigger foods for at least 21 days to give yourself an opportunity to create new habits. Okay? All right, fantastic. Look forward to talking to you again. Take care.